Well, let's have a chit chat, shall we? So, we're going to talk about the psychology of slangs. But before that, do you know what slang is? Well, slang is basically an informal words that people use to describe things that rather you say it in formal way, you said it in informal way or more loose and so and then why we use slangs in our lives? So basically because we use slang as a way to have a special form of communication with a subset of people. So according to Merriam-Webster senior editor, you know what Merriam-Webster, right? The dictionary. The senior editor of Merriam-Webster, Brewster, said that by using words that only be understood by a small group of people, there's an intimacy that we can develop. So slangs comes into several forms, including clipping, which is a shortened word like fabulous. You can shorten into fab, and also blending, which is combining words like brothers and romance into bromance, and also coinage, giving a word a new meaning, like saying kicks instead of shoes. It also can mean creating a new word. So if we take a look from a psychological view, Gordon Allport, the man who famous with behavior psychology and also psychology of characters and traits, stated that language is a fundamental thing for human being, not just for communicating, but also prejudice or pinpoint for someone. Let us say we want to label someone that has very good charisma, attractive. Nowadays, we can call him or her, wow, you got riz. What about we label someone that very suspicious, Well, we can call them, wow, you're very sus. What about someone who takes our heart, winning our heart? Wow, that man is a big W. Or that person is big W. What about the opposite? We can call the person, wow, that person is big L. Those are new slangs, revolves in the internet. But the thing is, why we understand the slang? For English native speaker must be known that understands slangs is very easy. But also for some English native speaker, they find it hard to interact for understand the slangs. Interestingly enough, for those of you who doesn't speak English as a native or not a native speaker, you can still understand it even though it's not your mother language. English is not your mother language. You still can understand it. But why? Well, still from Golden Allport, he believes that human limitation is not only the language, but more complex for that. Even though you and your friend has a different mother language, let us say I'm Indonesian and I have a friend who natively speaking English. At some point, at some discussion with English or not with English, we can still understand, even though it will take time for us to understand the different language. But for some people, it takes no time. It is also maybe because our tone when we saying words. in Indonesia so many bad slangs or bad words that me personally, I found it very rude. Even though when I was in elementary school, I didn't understand what is the meaning of the word. In a certain way, with angry or the meaning tone, I will understand that that could have been a bad word. And we also have to talk about the Big Five theory from McRae and Costa. So the theory is a development from Golden Alpert theory of human personality. So Golden Alpert only theorized that human has three main characteristics from neuroticism, extraversion, and openness, while Big Five expanded into two more categories, which is agreeableness and also conscientiousness. Well, you must be wondering, theory from Alpert and also Big Five, is there any related to the slangs that we're talking about? Well, in some perspective, yes, because theory of personalities, such as Big Five or Alpert's theory, theorize that human beings are connected not just from language or culture. Well, most of human, well, for small part of culture might be. That is why Alpert has his own personality test, while also McRae and Costa created his own personality test. Interestingly enough, those personality tests are used by so many people in this world. Most of the part of the world not speaking English, while Alpert, McRae, and Costa are English speaker, and the test, the personality test, created in English language. But they have something in common, that even though people in many other parts of the world not speaking English, but they still can get the idea. If we can translate it to their own native language, or even they speak just little English. So what do you guys think about it? If you have something more to talk about, just follow me on Instagram, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and also let me know what you think in the comment section. So let's wrap it up.